Welcome back to Wave and Docker. Got another series preview for you today. Orioles take on the Texas Rangers from today, Thursday, June 27th, to Sunday, June 30th. At Camden Yards, taking on the Rangers. First time playing the Rangers since that god-awful ALDS. Yeah, that sucked. But, Orioles won last night against the Cleveland Guardians. We were able to escape from one, snapping our 5-game losing streak. Gunnar homered, O'Hearn homered, Seti homered. It was a good game. Grayson Rodriguez turned in 7 innings of 3-run ball. It was fantastic. First quality start in like 7 games for the Orioles. So a lot of good things from last night. So hopefully we can start a new streak here, get a run going. Because we're only 1 game back of the New York Yankees. We're 50-30, 20 games over, 500. Rangers are 37-43, only 4.5 back of Seattle. So it's time to turn on the Jets, as one would say. I was hoping, we would be able to, win 2 out of 3 or maybe sweep the Guardians. But, the Guardians are a good baseball team. We got one. I don't want to get greedy here, but at least we snapped that losing streak. That kind of sucked. But, 4-game set against Texas. Let's get into it. Game 1, Corbin Burns versus John Gray. Corb had his worst outing of the year in Houston last Sunday. 7 innings, 4 runs, 2 homers. Raises ERA to 2.35, now 8-3. If that's the worst start that he's going to turn in all year, I think I really can't be complaining about that. Our ace, like I said, 2.35 ERA, going 7 innings, allowing only 4 earned runs. That's fine. That's honestly that loss is more so on the offense than him. He looked all right. It's just no pitcher is perfect. No Cy Young winner is absolutely flawless throughout the season. Every pitcher has one slip up game. Let this be Corbin's, maybe he's going to look at that and be disappointed in himself and lock in for the rest of the year. Who knows? But, that really isn't an outing that I really should be concerned about if he's able to turn in, 7 innings of work and only allow 4 earned runs. I'm not too worried about that. Still our ace, no doubt about that. John Gray, 3-3 over 15 appearances with a 3.03 ERA over 71 1/3 innings. Last time he went out, he went 6 innings against Kansas City, allowing no earned runs and 2 hits. He's only allowed more than 2 earned runs in 2 starts. I think I saw a graphic yesterday because Grayson was on this graphic as well, where it's like highest percentage of starts allowing 2 earned runs or less. I think John Gray was towards the top of that list. Grayson was 4th out of the top 5, but John Gray I think was towards the top. So this guy, he's able to limit runs, and like I said, only allowing more than 2 earned runs in 2 starts. Those 2 starts, he allowed 9 earned runs and 6 earned runs, so that's why his ERA is inflated a little bit. But, this guy, he's doing good stuff for a baseball team that is kind of below expectations, especially after, winning the World Series last year. So let's try to tag him for more than 2 earned runs, make him uncomfortable. Game 2, Albert Suarez versus Max Scherzer. Suarez had another sloppy start. 5 innings, 5 earned runs on 10 hits, 3 walks. I said this the last few videos with Big Al, but, time is ticking for him as Dean's return is imminent from the IL. He's making another rehab start, so he should be back in a week maybe. And ideally, Elias, is making a move for an arm soon, so that would probably push Albert Suarez and maybe Cole Irvin to the pen. But, not the GM. I don't want to, get my expectations up, but ideally, if this team were to make a move, please make a move for an arm. We traded for Jack Flaherty last year. That experiment kind of failed. He's looking good this year in Detroit, which is kind of sticky. But there's a lot of arms I'm sure available. We have a plethora of prospects, and it's kind of time for us to make use of that because a lot of them don't really have a spot on this roster, especially with our solid infield with Westy, Gunnar, Mateo, and you can argue pushing Mateo to the bench for Mayo or Norby. But we have a lot of prospects, so hopefully we trade for them. Or trade them. We have Hazy, Urias. Those are also expendable players, even though, they've been a part of this team for a while. I don't know. I'm just rambling here. Max Scherzer made a season debut last week, going 5 innings, allowing no earned runs on 1 hit against Kansas City. Pretty solid return for the Hall of Famer, but let's give him a rude awakening in Baltimore on Friday. I can't remember the last time that Max Scherzer played the Orioles. I don't think he didn't pitch at all in the LDS. I think he was injured for the whole playoffs. But this guy's 38 years old, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 2-time World Series champion. Let's knock him around. I think either Friday or Saturday it's nationally televised. So that's exciting. Let's mess him up. Game 3, Cade Povich versus Michael Lorenzen. Cade had another solid start, going 5 2/3, allowing 3 earned runs on 7 hits and a walk. He's having a tough time with early damage. Like, he loaded the bases and allowed a sac fly and I think it was a sac fly and a J-Ram single in the first. Or maybe that order's messed up. But I mean, he has a hard time with the early damage. His control looked a little bit better on what was that, Tuesday? No way. Oh, that was Monday. On Monday. But I mean, he's looking good. I think outside of his first start against Toronto, his last 3 against Atlanta and New York and Cleveland respectively have been pretty solid. It's just that early damage. He's having a hard time limiting base runners early and, you know, putting us in a hole. But I mean, then again, the offense has just kind of been poopy in all of his starts for the most part, or at least the last 2. So if he can get run support, I think Cade can, you know, be a big part of this rotation for a while. But I mean, that's not really on him; it's on the offense, and the offense has been really spotty this year, as I've said a dozen times on this show. Michael Lorenzen, 4-3 with a 3.04 ERA over 13 starts and 77 innings. His last outing, he went 5 and allowed 2 earned runs on 5 hits in Milwaukee. He's been excellent over the past month, allowing only 11 earned runs over his last 8 starts. He spent time in Philadelphia and Detroit last year after getting traded at the deadline. Had a no-hitter last year. Wasn't really that impactful for the rest of the year and the playoffs. And I can see, you know, why Philadelphia parted ways with him, because their rotation's in pretty good shape outside of him. But, I mean, he's having an all right year for the Texas Rangers, so good for him. And Game 4, Cole Irvin versus Andrew Heaney. Heaney had another rough go of it over his last few, allowing 9 earned runs over his last 2 starts while allowing 15 hits and only pitching 8 2/3 innings. He's another guy that I think is on the hot seat, one would say, you know, with Dean returning, and ideally an arm is coming to us via trade with Mike Elias. But, you know, I'm going to stop rambling about that. But, you know, Irvin and Suarez, I think they're starting their last few games on the year because they could be moving to the bullpen soon with Dean and hopefully another arm coming in. But I'm going to stop with that. Cole Irvin's had a really good year. I mean, he has a ERA just north of 3. He's 6-3. He's been a lot better than I anticipated. I'm sure a lot of the fan base anticipated. So, yeah, hopefully he can go out with a bang for his last start. I'm saying that like it's a surefire thing. Maybe his last start. I digress. Andrew Heaney, 2-9 with a 4.17 ERA over 15 starts and 77 2/3 innings. In his last outing against Milwaukee, he went 5 innings, allowing 2 earned runs on 6 hits and 2 walks. He's had an all right month of June compared to May and April, but he just lacks run support, similar to Cade Povich. You know, he's going out there clocking, you know, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, but the Rangers just can't seem to hit when he's on the mound. So hopefully that trend continues, and we can snag a win on Sunday against Andrew Heaney. Hopefully we can win all 4 of these games. I want to get, you know, let's get hot before the All-Star break. We're going, it's Texas, and then we're going to Seattle, and then I forget. I know we're playing Seattle after this, so, you know, let's get hot. All-Star break's coming up. Hopefully we have 4 or 5 All-Stars. Let's win this series against Texas. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, go O's. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.